All right. Hi, I'm here to talk about emotional coaching for parents. It's one of my favorite topics because I believe that emotional coaching is from the heart of God, of how God treats us and approaches us, that the directive is for us to also care for our children that way. So let me define emotional coaching. That would be to understand and empathize with your children, and to lower impatience about emotions of children, to have a lack of judgment, but just to accept, and then to help children label their emotions. So one of my heroes, John Gottman, who you can see on the internet and the web is Gottman Institute, has done a lot of research about what makes children grow into healthy adults. And part of that's emotional intelligence. And so part of parenting is to help your children gain emotional intelligence. So this is the ability to be aware and express yourself, to handle feelings, and this has been shown to determine success and happiness in all walks of life. So how important is that for us as parents to learn to coach and support our children in emotional intelligence? So there's about 5 steps, and they're brief here. You can learn more about it on the website. But one of the first steps is to become aware of your child's emotions. And that often means for us to become aware of our own, because we may or may not be very aware of our own, to be accepting of the different emotions we have, and then to begin to think about this as an opportunity to teach and train your children about their emotions and how to utilize their emotions. Now, what we have to do is resist good and bad emotions and just say all emotions are neutral, and it's how our children and ourselves use our emotions. And then the third step would be to listen empathetically, and then to help the child find a label. So the younger a child is, they're not going to be able to label that frustration in their body. They're just going to start throwing themselves on the floor in the grocery store when they want a candy bar. But they're not going to say, Mom or Dad, I'm really frustrated, I want that. So part of our job as emotional coaches is to help our child say, hey, you really want that, you're frustrated, you can't have it, I understand, and here's what I can and can't do for you. And then that fifth step is to set the limits, depending on where you're at as a parent, depending on what's going on in the life and in your family, is to set limits and help kids understand choices and moving forward to make choices that are congruent with them. So I love this concept of us being able to, here's an example, us saying to a child, instead of calm down in the middle of the store when they're acting out about the candy bar, is I see you're frustrated, or let's take a deep breath together, or let's count to 10 and reason this out, or I see you're mad or sad. So that's all ways that we're naming the emotion for the child and helping them feel reflected and cared for. It doesn't mean you give in or indulge a child, it means that you help develop their emotional understanding. So a couple things before we go today is just a couple resources. One is Raising an Emotionally Intelligent Child by John Gottman. It's about the heart of parenting, great book. Another one is Parenting from the Inside Out, which helps you look at your own parenting, and when you get stuck or trapped in a strong emotional pull with a child, that's an indication that you may have actually not gotten parented very well in that area, and that you get a chance to grow with your child. So just to conclude, I would say raising an emotionally intelligent child, also your child gets to raise an emotionally intelligent parent, and we do this together and help each other grow in God.